I blame DOS.
Well, technically I didn't break it this time.
It's being unscuffed. It's unscuffing now. Unscuffery has begun. The last character that I have to unscuff. Hooray.
If you like.
As I remember how to try and play Anakaris, because he is a floaty tank, which is weird.
That sounds weird.
You see how Anakaris just kind of floats? He floats.
I'm aware. I've seen it.
This is not. I'm not even hitting a button. This is literally just me hitting up with this guy. Up.
Yeah.
Just he doesn't have a jump. He just literally just hovers. He floats. Like, this is some. Like, yeah, he's a floating tank. Like, this is kind of good and bad, but it also makes him susceptible to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because usually tanks doing how do you stop a tank with, like, basically DPS and all that shit, since they want to all that crap. Any rushdown character can get me, but if I'm floating, it makes it harder for them to actually get me. Now, to remember how to do things and stuff with him. Ah, right.
So far, it will come to the West eventually.
Eventually. Because if I haven't said anything about it for a while, it'll be here eventually. Fuck. That's right, that dry heave, he keeps doing this.
It is on the 5, so you know I'm gonna fucking play that on the 5, so.
I mean, when I get a 5, like grubby little miss, we already had this discussion.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, that's something like, yeah, it's like, the roughnecks have been gone too long.
Me enjoying some peaceful vacation on this island. Umbrella drinking toe.
We've been out into space, fucking dealing with Xenos, not defending Earth like we should be.
Me on this island, just chilling, umbrella drinks in tow. See DOS coming at me. I grab his pumpkin, start mixing a drink in his pumpkin. He leaves me alone for at least a day and a half, depending on how good the drink is and how he feels. He'll leave me alone for a while. That'll hold him for a bit.
I can hold off his terror one more day. I would say one of the more interesting things, at least from the Felicia thing, is the fact that, like, you know, when she does her, like, super combo super, where it's, like, all the characters come out.
Oh, please help me.
Like, yeah, the old please help me. I did not know those are actually, like, all different characters that you can actually physically identify.
Yep.
Which is kind of fucking mind-blowing, but okay, sure.
Yeah, because each one of them has a name and backstory according. They're not just like, they're just here to be here, like,
yeah, Catgirl 1 through 5, yeah.
Yeah, because like how Anakaris just has his servant who is there. We don't know the name of until you have to go to something else to learn the name of. Friggin' Manat's costume from Street Fighter 5. Yeah, Kaibet. That's her name. It's literally Anakaris' servant. Because for whatever reason, in ancient Egypt, oh yeah, I'm going to die. My servant's coming with me. They don't have a say in the matter.
I mean, that's not that uncommon, to be fair.
Hell,
the Egyptians did it. The Norse did it.
I do want to say the Greeks did it in most cases, depending on who you are, as well as yeah. I think it goes with anybody in high nobility in ye old times. Fuck, I missed that.
Well, that, like, what was the other thing? It's like, I think Anakaris, by definition, strictly by definition, is one of the worst characters in this game.
One of the slower characters in the game.
Well, the only reason I say worse is because technically, like, what he does, there are so many other options for characters that do things better.
Yeah. People who actually actively play Anakaris, well, I wouldn't say in tournaments, because usually people want to play the faster characters in tournaments. It's usually when people play him and know what they're doing, that's usually more what you need to be worried about, because Anakaris specifically can Yeah, he's actually one of the more, he's not the worst character. He's one of the worst people you want to fight against on any serious difficulty. Like, the worst.
Like, in the way you describe it, kind of reminds me of Ivy from Soul Calibur.
You're not wrong. Because, see casual Ivy players just having fun, shenanigans or whatever, but the complexity of, like, what he can do is actually more dangerous than, what people actually give him credit for.
Right, and it's like, if you fight, say, an Anakaris online or an Ivy online, usually that's because, like, that person knows exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm. They've actually put in the hours to know what the hell they're doing with the character specifically, the ins and outs of it, and basically have a combo plan to do a thing versus, oh, I'm just following someone else's thing and blah 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 with current fighting games like, oh, I'm playing this character for the meta.
Yeah, for example, it's something like Team Trenchcoat, which is a strong team in the fucking Ultimate Marvel meta, at least it was anyway. Until, like, people figured out, like, different combos to get around a bunch of it.
Usually the main thing is to kill Dante first, in some way, shape, or form. Snap in Virgil, get rid of Virgil. So Virgil cannot do his dumb thing of, I have a level 5 super. Because usually people who run Team Trenchcoat, they're primarily either trying to keep Virgil or Wesker alive.
Right, and it's like, if you sit there and, like, put any chink in that armor, it's like the whole team falls apart because they can't play the characters independently.
Like in anybody who plays Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and you see someone running a Dante, Wesker, or Virgil on any team whatsoever, that's where their bread and butter is going to be sitting at, between those three characters. Unless you see a Phoenix or a Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, well, not getting here or there. There's actually plenty of strategy that have evolved since then, not to mention is like the inclusion of the mod committee on the PC form.
Yeah.
Which we are going to touch on eventually.
Yeah, wrong button.
Oh, this fucking move. I remember this fucker.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, whenever fucking she does her, like,
the astral image of, yeah
the astral.
Speaking of Ultimate Marvel's bullshit,
Well,
that move specifically, bullet hell all day. Morgan can go, fuck it.
To be fair, and, like, someone pointed this out to me, and I stand by their statement, they're not wrong. It's not the fact that her astral image is broken. It really isn't. It's actually fairly built.
But
the problem is when you add someone in like Doom, that makes it unavoidable.
Yep, the astral image plus hidden missiles to cover the screen accordingly means you literally you're not allowed to move.
Right. That's what breaks it.
Yeah, because if you have Doom's hidden missiles plus Morgan's bullet spamming with the astral image, and then I'm trying to remember the third character who had projectiles out the ass. It's either Deadpool or Taskmaster, depending on your flavor. Basically, something going straight across the screen, something coming at you at an angle. That makes it supremely hard to avoid in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it's not like. I would say you can avoid it easy enough, just by it's like, yeah, you get tapped by something else, basically.
Yeah, one way, shape, or form, something is going to hit you.
Yeah, so basically, it's like, the problem is, like, you can't get in and interrupt the cycle at all. And that's where everything kind of fell apart. It's like, that's why people hate that fucking team up.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. Like, you can only do so much with what you got, kind of thing.
Right.
Because you can't sit there and just have a rule. It's like, oh, well, if you picked Morgan and Doom, you can't have this one assist. It's not really how that works.
Hell, my general idea, if they decide to give us Marvel 4, is like, okay, here you can pick your 3 characters and a 4th character. That 4th character, you don't get a chance to pick. It just randomly appears as the assist. You don't get to pick the assist. It's just a random assist of some kind. like how they did in the Marvel superheroes versus Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighters. They gave you a random assist. You couldn't control it.
I don't know if I'd add a fourth character to that thing. It's like, I mean, the system's already fairly complicated as is. Like, if anything, I would argue for simplification, whereas, like, in a broader sense, like Marvel Infinite. Whereas, like, you know, make Marvel Infinite similar to the style as they did fucking Ultimate Marvel in. You know, it's like, if you wanted to add, instead of, like, 2 characters, or 3 characters, what have you, I would not bring up 4 characters. I would not do that.
Oh, well, I mean, unless you wanted to talk about and do it like Skullgirls, because you can basically run into a team of a 1-on-1, a 2-on-2, or a 3-on-3. But
see, that would be kind of interesting too.
Yeah, because they do it like that. If it's a 1 versus 3, the 1 has more health than the 3. That's how they actually run it with Skullgirls. They balance it out in that sort of way. Like, oh, I have 3 life bars. So technically, essentially, the person who's running a single character, they do have more health as well. They just add more health to the actual box of what they have to actually make it balanced, which is I do like. Like, if you do it like that, it's basically you just see people going in there with just a single character that they're good with and just throttling everything accordingly.
Yeah. Which is fair, like, I can see that too, because, like, even when players with my mindset kind of thing, where it's like, I don't really tag out a whole lot, because it's not really my style, it only ever gets my characters blown up.
Hell, just picture if they did that with Marvel, and your whole team is just Ghost Rider. The one Ghost Rider.
Not even, I would probably sit there and still at least have, like, a double character kind of thing. I would probably do a 2-team setup.
Ghost Rider, well, depending on how they do it. Because what's your ideal team for Marvel? For NBC?
Probably Venom Rider.
That's it? No 3-man, or just you're fine with the 2-man?
I'm fine with a 2-man. It depends on the roster, to be honest.
No. Like, if they infinite pick of the roster, your ideal team for a Marvel vs. Capcom game. Yeah, now you're kind of in a box now.
Yes, no, I mean...
Ghost Rider's always number 1. Who are the other 2?
Well, Ghost Rider's always going to be on the team. Definitely.
I know you very well.
If anything, like, if I was going to go with my familiars, I'd probably do Rider Nemesis.
Okay.
If I wanted to get a little bit more fun, I could do something like Venom Rider or something like that.
Just basically a 2-man team, so you got your 1-man team would be Ghost Rider, your 2-man team would be Venom and Ghost Rider, and your 3-man team would be Venom, Ghost Rider, and Nemesis.
Well, again, it really kind of depends who the other characters on the roster are. It's like, I like Nova. Nova was actually really fun to play as, but it's like, I have no connection to the character.
That's why I said, like, no rosters, anybody in, like, the Marvel or Capcom series, it doesn't matter. That's why I said infinite roster, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm aware. It's like, I even like Akuma to a degree in the Ultimate Marvel line, because again, it's like, he's just fun to play as.
Yep. In Street Fighter, he's less fun to play as.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been...
Yeah, it kind of... Yeah, that's like, it kind of weirded you out, like, yeah, I don't even play Akuma in Street Fighter.
Which is that kind of what it was, like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't play Akuma in Street Fighter. I normally don't play Shotos. I play everyone else, like, sure, I'll play a Shoto if someone wants me to, like, oh, okay, they want to play my Akuma. Like, I mean, I usually beat up Akuma in training mode, specifically.
Yeah. I mean, I would like characters like Mega Man X back, because I thought he was a cool character.
God, I love the fact that they gave us X and Infinite, but Infinite was such a bore of a game, according to DOS.
I mean, it was and it wasn't. Like, the mechanics were great, it's just everything else about the game wasn't.
It's the gem system. I didn't really like the gem system. That's the only takeaway.
Well, the fact that only 2 of the gems were worth a damn.
The space gem and the power... Well, no, not power, reality.
What is it? Because the ones I was thinking of was space and life.
Yeah.
Soul,
space and soul. Because space always puts you in a state where you couldn't jumping wouldn't is meaningless because you're always in a box. Put you in a box. You're stuck here,
The
and
box of shame, yeah.
you're literally in the box of shame. And then the soul gem, you just gain life. You regenerate.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, you literally regenerate your fucking downed opponents.
Hell, the mind gem gave you meter out the ass. So if you wanted to spam supers like a fool, that's your gem.
No, absolutely, yeah.
And that's basically any characters who have projectile-based supers. Like, I'm just gonna spam this shit out the ass because I have the meter to burn for it. Power gem made you, like, it literally either always put someone in a knockdown state or a wall splat or a wall bounce state. So any character that had good combo ability against the wall, like, oh, power stone, then punch. Like, this is just dirty.
I mean, I did like Hagar, fucking, although I, like, some of Hagar's bullshit needs to be nerfed pretty bad.
Hagar, I'm gonna need you to take a hit from your own nerf pipe, please.
Yeah. Like, he's a lot of fun to play with, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, so, like, if Marvel, like, if an infinite roster of Marvel versus Capcom, if they, you know, Marvel versus Capcom Infinite proper sort of sense, so that would be your three-man team. No, I mean, that would be your three-man team, would be Ghost Rider, Nemesis, and Venom.
If we're talking full Infinite roster.
Yeah, of
like,
anything
in
more.
Rider and Azura.
There you go. Rider, Ashura, and who's the third?
Probably Nemesis at that point, because I really like Nemesis. Nemesis is very fun to play as.
Because you like to tentacling.
Well, like, he just has a lot of good options that complement the Rider.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, well, there goes your...
Like, Rider is really good from ground to air. Nemesis is really good from air to ground. And
then you just need someone right there to have the middle ground. A solid neutral is what you're looking for.
Right. And so, like, I could totally see Azura doing that.
So literally, Ashura / Venom would be somewhere the third character in that slot.
Yeah. Because, like, again, it's like, I really enjoy fucking doing my Rider fucking Nemesis combos because they just chain together so fucking well.
Yes, as you tell them to eat chain, hellfire. You dare touch me?
Why do you not do that? Fucking just sit there as like, you know, fucking, you dare touch me? And then fucking you just call it notes and it's like, gah. If I really wanted to shine the knob, I'd go for the fucking, the slam hit combo.
Into the Pinnacer, like the one time you did that, I'm like, that was so fucking weird. Why did that connect?
Well, I mean, like, it's because he blocked it the last second for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but hey, I'll take it.
And then Pinnacer, he's in the corner. He can't move. And I don't really think I should have to say who would my three-person pick would be for an infinite roster of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Well, like, if we're talking like straight MVCs, like I figured Zero and Akuma, those are two easy ones for me. Third one's kind of up for debate. Like, I can see you going a couple multiple ways with that one.
Das, this is an infinite roster between the Capcom series and the Marvel series. Who do you think my three-man team would be from the get-go?
Well, Zero, Akuma, and like number 3 is the one that kind of like, that one kind of changes out depending on the mood.
You're not getting it, Das. It's flying overhead real quick.
Jeddah?
I mean, Jeddah would be nice, you know, if I had those three on team, but it would be nice because I do like playing Jeddah. He's one of my favorite characters in Darkstalkers, even though he's the villain.
Hold on, I forgot plot.
We've already seen it before. It's Anakaris.
Yeah, but this is the first time for the channel, so yeah.
I mean, not real. We can talk over it. There's no dialogue here.
No, I understand that. I'm saying don't get into something that you can't finish before it ends.
Dude, my three-man team would be literally the dream team from Marvel 2.
Cable?
Ruby Heart, Sunsun, and Amigo, No! Fuck that guy! Ruby Heart, Sunsun, and Amigo, the dream team from Marvel 2. That's my go-to for that.